Ever feel like you're just drowning in noise? And I don't just mean the sounds around you, but that constant flood of information, notifications, and thoughts. Well, today we're going to dive into the work of an author who offers something of a lifeline, Tibor Csillag, a writer who helps us find what he calls the scent of silence.
Words that slow the world. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That really gets to the core of his whole philosophy, right? It's this powerful idea, what if words could be the thing that taps the brakes for us, letting us experience the world not faster, but way more deeply. It's kind of a promise of a more human pace in a world that feels like it's always on fast forward.
Okay, so what makes his writing so different? Well, it's not just about telling a good story. It's something else. It's about using words to build like a little sanctuary for your mind, a space where you can actually have some quiet contemplation.
And this is actually how Csillag sees his own work. He doesn't just call himself a writer, but a creator. He's basically translating the whole landscape of his inner world, all those thoughts and emotions, into words. He's turning that internal stuff into something tangible that, we can all connect with.
So you can see a really key difference here. His writing isn't about traditional stories with plots and conflicts and all that. It's more of a journey inward. It's an exploration of these really big themes, like truth, human connection, and just appreciating the small miracles that happen in everyday life. And all of this kind of brings us to a really important question. Why does this stuff resonate so much right now? I think the answer is something we all feel, this collective hunger for silence in a world that just will not stop talking.
Yeah, why do we crave that inner silence? It's not just about wanting a quiet room, is it? It's about wanting a quiet mind. So what's causing all that internal noise we're all trying to get away from?
Oh man, this list just nails it. That relentless flow of information, the flashing notifications, and yeah, the thoughts just circling and circling in your head. It all just leaves you with this feeling that something's missing, right? That you're losing something important in all this static.
So if his writing is kind of the remedy for all this noise, where does he get his calm from? Let's take a look at the inspiration behind the words, and you'll see it's really personal.
He talks about his work being built on a steady foundation. And for him, inspiration isn't some big, dramatic thing he has to go find on a mountaintop. Nope, it's right there, every single day, in the people he loves.
That foundation is his wife, Maria, and his young daughter, Vanda. He describes them as the safe harbor that lets him go on his literary adventures. It's just a really beautiful reminder of how much creativity can grow from a place of real love and security.
And it's not just his family. He also finds inspiration in what he calls tiny, pure moments. Those little things we're usually too busy to even notice, like the way light hits a drop of water, or just hearing his daughter laugh. Those are the real gems. Okay, so this brings us to what might be his most fascinating idea. He takes something totally abstract, like silence, and he makes it sensory. So what in the world does he mean by the scent of silence?
Just let that sink in. Silence has a scent. It cannot be bottled, yet it feels familiar. Wow, that's such a cool paradox, isn't it? He's not talking about a lack of sound. He's talking about a presence, something you can almost feel, a scent you can't capture but you know it instantly, like an old memory. And here's how he defines it. It's a memory you don't see with your eyes, but one you feel deep inside you. It's like an echo of peace or a whisper telling you that you belong. It's that feeling of finally coming home to yourself.
So you might be asking, okay, that sounds great, but how do I actually experience this? Well, it kind of lays out a path. First, you just let the outside world get quieter. You don't have to force it, just shift your focus. Then, once it's still, you start listening, internally, and that's when it happens. You recognize that familiar, calming feeling. That's it. That's the scent of silence.
So really, when you get down to it, his work isn't just a bunch of books you read. It's more like an invitation, or maybe a toolkit to help you start your own journey inward to find that quiet place.
And he's pretty clear about who he's writing for. He says it's for souls seeking calm, meaning, and connection. So if you're out there looking for more calm or a deeper sense of meaning in your life, then his words are probably for you. They're kind of like a beacon for anyone who feels a little lost in all the noise.
If you're thinking, okay, I'm intrigued, where do I start? Here are a few of his books. You've got The Scent of the Soul, which is all about awakening to that inner peace.
Then there's Finding Calm in Silence, which dives into the power of just being still. And I love this one, The Wisdom of an Unwritten Day. It's about the stories we live in quiet moments, not just the ones we write down.
So, we'll leave you with this question to think about. After all this, what's the scent of silence in your life? Really think about it. Is it the smell of the earth after it rains? Or maybe the quiet warmth of your first cup of coffee in the morning? Whatever it is, take a moment to find it. Breathe it in, because that's where you'll find your own center.